Negotiating with Jesus here. We're on another section in Mark 4. We're going to read Mark 4, verse 30, the parable of the mustard seed. So Jesus is telling stories, and they're all seed stories. The sower, the parable of the growing seed, and the parable of the mustard seed. The light, the lamp on a stand, very important also, in that you should listen with your ears. Consider carefully. So consider carefully the parable of the mustard seed. Mark 4:30, again he said, "What shall we say the kingdom of heaven is like? Or what parable shall we use to describe it? It is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth." Jesus is making some kind of statement. Some people disagreeing with him and saying, well, he doesn't know about the seeds. I thought he was God. And he doesn't know that they're smaller seeds than mustard seeds. Look, if you have ears, listen carefully. Listen carefully. He's not telling you about seeds. He's telling you about something about planting. Yet the smallest seed of all seeds on earth. Yet when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all garden plants, with such big branches that the birds can perch in its shade. With many similar parables, Jesus spoke the word to them as much as they could understand. He did not say anything to them without using a parable, but when he was alone with his own disciples, he explained everything. So Jesus, it's then explained that Jesus is only saying as much as they can understand. So when you argue about the smallest seed, he's telling them a story that they can understand. They know about mustard seeds. They know it's the smallest seed in all the earth that they know of. They know that when they plant this tiny little seed, it grows into a large plant, so large that birds can be, rest in its shade. And Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is like that. I'm going to plant a seed, and it's going to grow into a magnificent giant, multitudes greater than where it started. And then when it's done, all these seeds can be harvested and planted, and it has an infinite expansion. It can expand more and more, not just simply doubling, but exponentially. Exponential growth. It's very strange. He's saying what we can understand. He told them as much as they could understand. So, to me, again, going back to the listen carefully, if he gives you a little thing that you understand and you let it be planted, it's going to grow into a big thing that will give shade, give something good to many. Let that little thing be accepted. That was from the previous verse, a lamp on a stand. He says, if you'll accept this little thing, it's going to grow. But if you reject the little seed, the little mustard seed, not only will the big bush, it will disappear, but all things will disappear. You'll have less than the mustard seed. Even the mustard seed itself will be lost. If you won't accept the little thing, all things will be lost. If you'll accept the little thing, like a lamp, it'll shine and illuminate hidden things. The parable of the mustard seed is the kingdom of God is coming. It's going to grow whether you're asleep or awake. The seed is going to be planted. And then Jesus pulled away from the regular folks when he was teaching and tried to give the disciples, those dopey guys following him around, he's like, don't you understand what I'm talking about? And he tries to explain it to the disciples, and they're always saying, can you go over that parable again? And it's delightful to me, because boy, I get that. That's me. Plant that little seed. I'm like, Jesus, you just told me something and I still don't get it. Can you repeat the story to me? And that's a good place to be. Then you're close to Jesus. If you'll just come up to him and say, Jesus, I just love hanging out with you, but You need to keep explaining to me. So we're going to keep going through the Bible. Mark, that was Mark chapter 4. The next story coming up is a really good one. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. Do the right thing. I'll see you. Negotiating with Jesus. I'm Tom. Bye.